Alright, thanks for joining us here on Greg and Sabrina with Baby Adventure Time. Ho, ho, ho. And we're doing an unboxing of the 8BitDo. These showed up over a week ago and I could not do video, but that's okay. We're doing it today. That's right, folks. So let's go ahead and tear this open. As you can see, these are the ones that you get off of Amazon, and they look quite different from the special edition Fantastic boxes, which were pictured in black for some strange reason, if that makes sense to you. And, you know, so let's kind of go over this. Obviously, it looks like your normal 8BitDo box. And, you know, it says gray. You know. And so, the problem with ordering these controllers is you can't really order from China right now because anything from China or anything on Amazon, it's going to be delayed by like a month because of their lunar cycle and their lunar celebration. So, China's shut down. That's right. If you go to 8BitDo's website, you're going to see China is shut down. So, let's go ahead and open this sucker up. You know, they have these little pull tabs on the side here. Let's take a look at this thing and find out. Is this thing really worth the money, you know? Of course, I have a lot of analog stuff. We're not stopping with this, folks. That's right. There's going to be a lot more analog videos out there. So it's going to come in this neat little box to kind of shake it loose. Do. Oh, and you got two little foam pads in there to reduce vibration. And then we've got the controller in here. Yeah. And it comes with this neat little piece of paper that tells you all kinds of stuff. Now, the one problem with these controllers, everybody, is the fact that you have to update them, you know. And that's probably why they may not be so popular with sales, because all the controllers 8BitDo makes, you have to update them. And who wants to buy something you have to update, right? So there's nothing else in here but this box. And of course you get this cool, very similar in color cable that says 8-bit on there. Check that out. 8BitDo. That's right, folks. They're doing it real here. And then they got their little symbol on here. You might as well just call them analog. I think 8-bit kind of owns analog. You know, that's my opinion, but it is what it is, right? So, without further ado, here it is. The greenish button. Doesn't look the same exactly. And neither does this blue. You know, but it feels like a pretty good controller. And of course it syncs up. There are no grips on the sides. The sides look pretty basic for what it is. And of course you can see, if you're going to be playing it on the analog, you want to play it on D for do. S is for the switch. Apparently they use a different waveguide. And of course the buttons are upside down again. R over here and L over here. Upside down. I don't know what's going on. We live in a mirror universe. Pretty cool though. So, I was going to get one of my actual, you know, gray controllers out and see if the gray matches. But as you can see, the blue button is just slightly different in color and in shape. The A is off to the side, just like it is on here, and so is the B is off to the side, so that's accurate. But the green and the blue, you can notice here that there is a slight difference in color, and a slight difference in color in shininess with the actual C pads here. So I don't know, it's only very slight. It's so hard to tell. Maybe it's aged plastic, huh? So, yeah. So just kind of showing the differences. Of course, in the center it says C on this controller, and on the center of this one it doesn't say C. So when you compare these things, you know, this is one of my older controllers. I do plan on getting out the original controllers, but I put them all back in their boxes. That's right. I still have the original boxes for the original Nintendo 64 controllers. And I said, you know, I don't know if I'm going to put all these out, you know, and and you take everything out, you know, and they're all in totes. So there'll be a later video kind of touching base on it when the other 8BitDo controllers come in for the other analogs that I have, and we'll touch base on it then, because I don't feel like digging through stuff, and there's just too much to say. So as you can see here, let's see, do the buttons kind of seem the same? The start buttons seem the same. Obviously the direction pad is pretty close, so not too bad, you know, not too bad. You know, the difference in color, this is more of a flat color on these C buttons, and the other ones are a little more shiny. These ones have more of an edge on the sides than these ones do, if you've noticed. I can feel and notice the difference, so let me tell you, I know. So, the original controllers will be shown with the next viewing. Anyways, we have a lot to go over, so let's check out some gameplay on some more games and get to the bottom of some more stuff. Not too bad of a controller, and I would say if you're buying anything, give it a few weeks, because China is shut down, people. And while you're here, I need you all to keep in mind that these controllers aren't really necessary to play the game, you know, and it's really a good idea to always play original old school way. Just saying, sometimes it's fun. But these do make it awesome. You can sit across the room with the wireless controller. Me and Sabrina have had a blast playing with these, and they really do work from all the way across the room. We were playing upstairs the other night, and I was like, geez, this is crazy. So, not bad, not bad. Thanks, Analog. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ha ha!